Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Sunday morning. Sorry I'm getting this video out so late. I meant to do it Saturday morning and just got caught up with things. So yeah, let's jump into it. I wanted to go over the CBSI Hot 10 list for the week. These are books that are on the move, that are seeing some decent sales on eBay, and kind of what's moving them, whether it's movie related, character related. So let's jump on into it here with the top 10 list from CBSI, comicbookinvest.com. All right, so number 10 on the list is Hinge Girl number 1. This is a Scout Comics property, although there's also a Kickstarter. So this is written and drawn by Kristen Gudznik, and it looks like this is getting optioned, or it's going to be produced on Netflix. So yeah, I mean, it's good to see some of these independent books getting some love. I remember seeing this on eBay. I think the news of it being optioned happened a while ago, because I remember seeing this book for over $100, like well over a year ago. And then I think the news died down on it, and you probably could have picked this book up for $15, $20 in the last 6 months or so, and then all of a sudden now, it's hitting $40. So there is a Kickstarter version out there that's probably a lot more rare, that could be going for more money. It doesn't, I don't know what that's going for, but it's not my comic book genre. This is something I wouldn't be normally buying, but if you happen to come across it cheap, it may be worth picking up, at least for a flip. Number 9 on the list is The Boys number 1. This is a book I definitely should have bought back in the day and didn't. I like Garth Ennis. I have his entire Preacher run. I like, a lot of the stuff Garth Ennis has done, has written. And what's the other one? A Walk Through Hell. I've been collecting that. So this is one I don't know why I missed it, but I did, and this is being developed into a pretty cool show. I saw the trailer. It looks awesome. So rightfully so, this book is on the move, $35 to $40 for issue number 1 in raw condition. And 9/8 are back above $250. So yeah, that's good. I mean, you like to see creators do well, and Garth Ennis is definitely a fantastic creator, and want to see more and more of his projects. So The Boys number 1, if you have that in your collection, congratulations. That book is on the move very nicely. Number 8 on the list, this was on the list last week, Oblivion Song number 1, the pink variant. $35 now. Yeah, I mean, I've on eBay, I think you can still buy it for around $20 to $25. There's a lot of copies out there. This is not a rare book by any means. The one that's rare is the not for sale collection that came out, that was sent to retailers. That one is probably $100 or more. So if you want the rare copy, that's the one to hunt for. But yeah, I didn't care for Oblivion Song. I didn't think the writing on it was very good. The premise of the book was okay. I mean, I don't know. I collected the first 2 or 3 issues and literally lost interest in it. I'm not a big fan of Kirkman, so I don't think everything he does is golden. Some of the stuff he's done on Walking Dead has been decent. Overall, he did a good job on Walking Dead, but I don't like a lot of his other stuff. So not a big fan of Oblivion Song. But hey, if you own it, it's on the move. Congratulations. Number 7 on the list is Venom number 3, the 3rd print. So I'm assuming this has to do everything with Null, the symbiote god. Obviously the first print is like a $35, $40 book now, pretty consistently. I mean, I've looked on eBay. I own this copy, the 3rd print. I think I own a 2nd print and a 3rd print of Venom number 3. So yeah, it's good to see these moving up in value. The later the print run, usually the lower the issue count. So Third printing, yeah, there's probably under 20,000 copies of that, I would imagine. Maybe less. I don't know. Usually, sometimes later printings can go up, can be worth some money just because there's just a lot lower print run. So, First Appearance of Null is definitely a key book to have. I've got 7, I think I have 7 copies of the first print. And I think I have 4 copies of the San Diego Comic-Con version as well. So yeah, I'm fully loaded with Venom number 3. So yeah, it's a good book to have in your collection. Yeah, one of these days I'm sure that'll be over a $100 book, and I will unload a few of my 7 copies at that point. Number 6, Warlord of Mars. Number 21, the Lucio Perillo cover. I guess a hand cupping a nice breast is definitely gonna get some people to buy, right? It's it's a nice cover. Perillo is definitely getting more and more attention. His covers are pretty good. I don't like all of his covers. I think some of them are a little muted as far as the coloring, but overall he does a pretty good job. These are Warlord of Mars. I mean, these are books I would never have collected. I'm not a big fan typically of Dynamite Entertainment, and that series definitely I never heard anything great about it. So it's just basically you're buying cover art. But yeah, it's $25, $30 for that title now. It's a 1 in 15 virgin variant. So or no, there is a 1 in 15 virgin variant. It's obviously pretty rare, so that's probably worth more than $30. So yeah, if you got that in your collection, congratulations. Number 5 on the list, Silver Surfer Black, number 1, the second print. I haven't seen this yet. I mean, I guess I buy a lot of my books through Midtown, so I haven't seen this on Midtown. And the fact that it's going for $15 to $20 2 days after release, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna give that a little time. I'm not gonna pay $15, $20 for that. There's a lot of covers for Silver Surfer Black, number 1. Some really cool stuff, but yeah, I'm not gonna chase that. I'm gonna wait a few weeks and see if that comes down in price. It probably will. Number 4 on the list is an old book, Amazing Spider-Man number 13. First appearance of Mysterio. Obviously, that's the character, one of the characters in the new Spider-Man movie. 9.2 just sold for $8,500. Previously was $6,500. Man, 9.0 for $6,500. Crazy. It's a lot of money, man. I mean, I guess people a couple years ago, you could have bought a decent high grade of this book for, I'm gonna say $1,000, maybe $2,000 at the most. Jeez, the fact that it's going for that kind of money, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be paying that kind of money for that book, but congratulations to people that saw early on to buy that book. They're pretty flush right now. If I had a 9.2 and I could get $8,500 for it, that book would be sold quick. It would be gone out of my collection. I could definitely use that for a much better key than that. Number 3, Inhumans. Number 5. Speculation is that Yelena Belova, what the hell kind of name is that, will be Black Widow. Let's see, what does it say? Speculation that Yelena Belova will be Black Widow has this book getting raw sales this high. Okay, $40 to $45. Okay, I have no idea who this character is, and why would they be Black Widow. I definitely would be cautious buying this. That would be a book I would imagine if you go to a big comic book store that has a lot of back issues, you probably could find that in a back issue bin. That Paul Jenkins J. Lee run was not well liked. It didn't last very long. I don't remember anything fantastic about it, so you might hunt for that one. That could be in a back issue bin, and if it's going for $40, $45, man, that would be a nice flip, right? If you could get that for a couple dollars in a back issue and flip it for $40, $45, I would definitely do that. So be on the lookout for that one. Inhumans number 5. Number 2 on the list, Red Sonja, Birth of the She-Devil #1. This is the, I don't know how you pronounce that name. Kunkka Virgin variant, only 500 issued. So there's a lot of these Red Sonja variants out there. A lot of websites, store exclusives out there. This one's a nice one. I mean, I think there's some better ones. I like the what is it? The Perel one's really nice. There's a Gerald Perel one that's pretty cool. There's an In-Hook Lee one. There's an In-Hook Lee one that's pretty nice. There's a Delato one that's really, really nice. I wouldn't have put this one as my top cover, but this one is the top cover. If you search Red Sonja, Birth of the She-Devil #1 variants, highest priced, this one is going to be the highest priced. It's getting $125 to $150. You can find it if you look on Buy It Nows. You'll find one for like $85, $90, so you can get it less than $100 if you really look. But I don't know. I think this one and the Shannon Mayer variant are probably the hottest ones. I know that one sells easily between $80 and $100, but this one sells a little bit more supposedly. So, it's all cover artwork. I don't think Red Sonja is going to be this breakout title. I haven't read it yet. Obviously, it remains to be seen. But man, there's a lot of really good covers out there. A lot of great artists are doing Red Sonja right now. So it's kind of that, and Vampirilla. There's some really nice covers on Vampirilla as well. So look for those. I was wrong though. Delato did not do this cover. I believe that was a Vampirilla cover. So I think In-Hook Lee did a really nice cover. Shannon Mayer did a nice cover. Perel did a nice cover. And this Kunkka, I've never heard of. I think it's a female artist that did that. I think I remember seeing it was a female. Excuse me, guys. The voice isn't up to it here. #1 is Giant Size Defenders #3. Looks like there is a villain that is rumored to be in the next Marvel movie, Korvac. I don't think I've ever heard of him, but possibly showing up in Captain Marvel 2. So this is a giant-sized book. It's real thick. It's definitely hard to find in good condition. It says a 9.4 just sold for $525. I mean, if you go on eBay and you look at most of the raws, they're definitely low to maybe low mid-grade. That I don't know why, but that book is a tough one to find in a decent grade. It's an older book. I think that was late 70s is when that came out. So it's when Marvel was doing a lot of those giant-sized issues. But yeah, I mean, that's just one that I don't think anybody was collecting Korvac. I never heard of Korvac. So I don't think it's a character that's been used a lot in the Marvel Universe. So yeah, I mean, this thing's on the move. I guess if you're in a comic book shop and you happen to run across it for cheap, it would be worth picking up. But good luck finding it in great condition. That book seems like, those giant-sized books seem to be really tough to find in decent grade. Notable mentions, Witchcraft #2. Older title, Joe Kubert and Sid Check. I guess this is Golden Age, I guess. This is an old one. 3.5 just sold for $1,100. A year ago, 3.5 sold for $675. So yeah, these older books, there's a niche collecting crowd that collects them, and there's not a lot that come to market here and there. So as they do, the price goes up higher and higher. So yeah, that's what's great about this hobby is there's people that just collect superhero genre comic books. There are people that just collect horror books. There's different ways to collect. So it makes it to be a great hobby because you can focus on different things, which is neat. The other one that's notable mention is Django/Zorro #1. So news that Tarantino was going to adapt this story pushed the interest in this one-of-a-kind weird sequence since The first Django comic series came out after the movie, and this is a direct sequel to the first movie. It's moving up to the $10 to $15 range. Keep a good eye out on the dollar bins. Yeah, I would agree. That is a book you might find in a dollar bin. I don't think it's sold very well. I don't think Zorro sells very well. I mean, it doesn't seem to. But again, it just depends, because some comic book shops don't. If the comic book shop owner knows that a book isn't going to sell very well, they also don't order a lot of copies. So, you might find a copy or two at a big store, a big shop that orders a lot of books. But I'm in Florida. Comic book shops down here are just not like they are up north. You don't have a lot of back issue inventory in the comic book shops that I'm at here in the Tampa area. Maybe bigger. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to think of big cities. Maybe Orlando. There's a couple stores in Orlando that have a lot of back issues. Maybe like Coliseum of Comics. Maybe there's a store or two in Miami, but it's tough. When you're up north, there's just a lot of comic book shops that have been around a long, long time that have huge inventories. Especially if you're like New York, New Jersey, East Coast, Upper East Coast. I think it's a lot easier to find, back issue stuff. But where I'm at in Florida, it's tough. I mean, it's hard to find really good deals in dollar bins and things like that. You find them here and there if you really look, but it's not easy. But yeah, it's always nice to hunt. I enjoy it. I do it once in a while. I go through a couple comic book shops and see if I can find something. And once in a while you get a hit, so it kind of makes it worth doing. All right, guys, that's what I had for the Hot 10 list from CBSI this week. Nothing on there too exciting. A couple books that are interesting, but most of those I'm not really going to be targeting or going after. But let me know what you think. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Share my video if you can as well. I'm trying to grow my subscriber base. I really enjoy interacting with all my subscribers. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this video. What do you think about these books? Be interested to hear your opinion. All right, guys, I'll have another video out at least on Wednesday, maybe before. I might do one before Wednesday if there's anything going on in the comic book news industry. I'll do maybe a video highlighting that. And hope you guys have a great week. Thanks.